What's up, everybody? Thanks for joining me today. I like to tell you guys why I make the purchases I make as my shop grows from a smallish to a medium-ish shop. So this thing is a time saver in a bunch of different ways. I'm going to walk you through 10 specific reasons that I really love this, but this thing is just well thought out. The sander is designed to work with the vacuum, and everything fits nicely. You got a lot of leeway with cords and stuff like that. It's just a pleasure to use compared to some other things I've had in the past. So let's get into it. So right here, the random orbit sander will plug directly into the vacuum itself, and that is going to unlock this amazing ability for you to just press one button and then turn both on and off with that one button on the sander. So your hand will turn the vacuum on as it turns the sander on. It's pretty sweet. You also got these long flexible cables, so the vacuum's power cord, the power cord from the sander to the vacuum, and even this hose that comes standard on the vac. All very long, very flexible. They let you park this vacuum pretty much anywhere you want in your shop and still run your sander. So there it is, all plugged in. It's also got this green manual star button, so if you have your sander plugged into it like I always do, you can hit that man button right there and it will turn on regardless of the sander being plugged into it. Really nice little handle here, and the wheel setup is a little sturdier than some others. Like, I've had wheels fall off my other vacuums pretty quickly. The accessories are stored under the top here, and that's where the hose plugs in as well. Very easy to connect and disconnect the hose. These latches that hold everything together are really sturdy, and pardon the one-handed operation here as I try to film, but this easy latch gives you access to the bag, which just sits in a very straightforward way. I've had other vacuums where it's kind of hard to maneuver that bag into place. This one just sits flat and connects to the top piece. Very easy. My previous setups, the hose did not attach to the sander very well. They were just kind of friction fit. They would come off all the time. I'd have to clamp it or rig something up. This vacuum is actually designed to lock on to this sander. So that sucker, once you slide it on and then turn it into the locked position, it's not going anywhere. It's you're never going to have that problem where the hose falls off the sander as you're operating it. Here's a look at the pad. It is a soft pad that comes with this by default. You might want to take a note of that, because if you're looking to flush up edges, you're looking to keep a surface super flat, you might not want this. But I do want this soft pad because it contours to things like wood kitchen utensils really well. This is just a little example here of something that came off the laser. You can see the soft pad contours to the edge really nicely and sands it quickly. You might have a little more trouble doing that with a stiff pad. And of course, you can always buy the stiffer pad for this if you want, but it comes with the soft by default, so make a note of that. Alright, so now we got to talk about ergonomics and low vibration. If you've ever used a random orbit sander for more than a couple pieces at a time, say you're trying to batch build something, you might find that your wrist and your arm are starting to get numb. This sander lets you sand for longer. Like, there's no getting around it. I've used enough to tell you the low vibration on this is real. It will allow you to sand more pieces at a time before your arm is numb. I maybe should have opened with that, because that really is one of the main reasons that I decided to go with this one. It's very ergonomic as well. You can see you have opportunity to hold this with a neutral wrist, where you might not be given that by other sanders. So now's a good time to have a look at some other sanders that I've owned in the past and just kind of show you how they're different. So this Black & Decker was about 40 bucks, I think, when I got it. Really cheap, but lacking some features. Like, the hose doesn't stay on there very well. Doesn't have a dedicated locking feature for the hose or anything like that. And you'll see the ergonomics with these are different. You're kind of forced to hold them in this awkward way. Where the Festool is a lower profile handle, and you can hold different parts of it to achieve a neutral wrist, and basically sand for longer without your hand going numb. There are different power levels with this vac. If you want less suction for some reason, you can get that. So here's a little one-touch demo here. So touch that and then vacuum turns on all by itself. And then one of the other important features about this thing is it has a brake built into it. So as soon as you hit that button on the sander, it stops spinning and you can put it down immediately. And that sounds like something silly to prioritize, but man, when you're batch building and you're sanding some like item after item after item, just having it come to a stop so you can put it down immediately saves you a couple seconds every single time. And it does add up. So apart from all these dedicated features, this thing is just pretty quick as a sander. It's just effective as a sander, you know, apart from all the special features. One thing I've noticed is that even at low grits, it really does not leave anything close to a swirl mark. So if you're looking to avoid swirl marks and you're looking to get like a perfect finish, I would highly recommend this sander. So I'm going to take some water and wet this board that I just sanded at 80 grit. And I'm going to show you how nice it looks already after just one hit at 80 grit. Look at that, you can even see the figuring, no swirls whatsoever. Looks pretty dang good for 80. Imagine if you get all the way up to 400. All right, so I sprung for this storage situation because I was going to have to buy a bunch of sanding discs for this anyway. This storage container, the bottom part comes with the sander, right? But you can also get this top part that's got storage for all the sanding discs. And it's really well thought out because they all connect together. You can see these green dials, the position that you have them in will determine whether or not you open one compartment, you know, the top compartment, the bottom compartment by itself, or whether you disconnect them from each other entirely. It just gives you all the options you would possibly want. Sander goes in the bottom there. Mine doesn't really spend much time in there because I'm using it so often. Shows you all the different accessories available on the top there too. Play with these dials and you can open the top or disconnect them both from each other entirely. You got options. Alright guys, well that's pretty much it for this video. Spent about 10 times the normal amount on this sander. I think it's going to be worth it though. It already has been, honestly. It saves so much time. When you're a one-man operation, it's definitely a good thing to consider.